Hey guys, new video today. Hope you are well. Today I wanted to make a quick video about the energy shifting. Through the world, you can see different groups starting to open more about knowledge, wisdom, and ancient history, which will kick nearly into the nest of the fixing history that we have, that for the most is a lie or an omission of giving the truth. So things are shifting very quickly. It is very important to use esoteric techniques that we give. Others gives their own techniques through YouTube. It is important to use it to allow yourself to be open of the change. The change will be, and you can probably feel it. If some don't feel it, I will use, pragmatic stuff. So if you don't feel energy, you are not very. I have some people in my family or friends, they don't really feel it or even trust it because they want to see. You don't necessarily need to see, because what you see is not what you perceive, once again. So anyway, you can see that actually or feel that actually the time is going faster and faster, and you can also feel that you can probably receive like some information within you that you don't really know where it's coming from. Very tired, feel less energy, sleeping deeply, but when you wake up you still be tired. Most of people that feeling that they are not waking up like full of energy, so you really need to pay attention about what you are feeding with. Whatever the information of food, try to eat a lot of fruits, fresh veggies, and a lot of water, because even the solar system, the sun is shifting with different wave of energy, and it blasts a lot. You may have a pain or feeling sore, or immune system down, so you just put your immune system up by eating fruits and go for it. You can also have some weird dreams, which is normal. So several symptoms when I talk with people on social media or even around us. Even people are aware or not of what is going on, you can definitely see sign when people talk. So you don't necessarily try to exchange with them about that. They are not interested on it, but many of them realize that. So you can also see more people kind of depressed, or low in energy, and so try to observe it around you and try to observe yourself again, because things once again are shifting very, very quickly. In the next couple of months, weeks, less than a year, you will have a lot of release of information where we will need to pay attention and feel and follow our instinct, because a lot of information will cross each other's. Some are interesting, some are total false, and it's very, very difficult to interpret all of this. Once again, it's due to the perception of each other's, but you will see, like for example, Brazil is starting to release an information about an ancient civilization that was living in Amazonia. For most of people aware or interesting by research should know that the Amazonia is not a real forest, meaning, calm down guys, because I know some people will say that bullshit. So they figured out that the Amazonia ground is not very nutritive for example, fruits, veggies, or stuff like that. And but some of you will say, no, but we have a lot of forests. It's the lungs of the planet. It's absolutely not the lungs of the planet. People need to stop with this. And I will explain why. If you make research, science, spirituality, or even ancient history, you will see that the ground on the Amazonia is handmade. We know that by science now that the forest was making by human long time ago. So I let you make your research. You have sediment, and the way they use the ground and what they found in the ground shows that human was interacting for growing. Pay attention once again about what kind of information will be released to you, how you will interact with, how it will attract or repulse you. Try to have an open mind, because we all have a program, several programs installed since we are kids that filter information. TV doesn't release even 90% of truth. They are manipulative, they all repeat the same things, and most of the time their information is false, or at least manipulative. The second thing is mainstream media will always release information that interact with your brain and manipulate your brain for you to develop more fear. Fear of each other, fear of the invader, fear of whatever. You will have a lack of food, you will have a lack of blah blah, lack everywhere. Once again, if you really pay attention, we have a lack of nothing. The only lack that we have is consciousness and awareness about ourselves. Why? Because we are disturbed by the system and by the program that we have and had installed since we are kids. The society teach to ourselves, and we improve by our energy these strengths, and we strengthen this society system that control our mind, our behavior. And if you really pay attention about every people around you, we all react the same way. We have all the kind of the same emotion. When we go to the supermarket, it's just awful. We even don't know how to hunt, but when we go to the supermarket, we are hunting. So, and we got fear when we arrive at the cashier, which is very funny, but I will make a video on this because I do think that it could be useful for many of us. So anyway, so Brazil will release and start to release, so don't believe, left, right, middle, center, whatever the shit people want to believe. But actually the president in Brazil started to open the doors to those people making research about a city named Ratanabá. You have other people in Egypt that will probably release in less than a year information. You started to have different people releasing information about Lemuria, about Atlantis. Now we know that Atlantis was existed. No need to be a genius scientist for knowing that. So we will have more and more for discover, or probably rediscover or awaken truth that is asleep within us. We know it. We can all have a connection with what we call Akash, or the upper consciousness, the memory of the universe. And when this will occur, we will have all the knowledge that will be revealed to us. A lot of things are shifting. Since the COVID, nothing is the same. Their stuff was not really working. Now we have the monkeypox. Tomorrow we never know, but the reality is everything is fine. we are going forward, and the transition is starting to happen. So trust in yourself. Don't believe and follow, anyone that doesn't really correspond with you, because you will lose yourself. That's just an advice, if I may say. We need to trust in ourselves.